Hello, today I have a problem in my Kubernetes environment. This is my environment. I have one master node with one worker node, and I run a pod in my environment. This is a pod environment, and then I have a Nginx pod in my environment. As you can see here, my pod is running, and I can curve. As you can see, my pod is running and everything is fine. And this pod is running on this worker node. But whenever I try to log to this pod, it said could not find the requested resource. Or if I try to exec command inside my pod, for example Nginx-v, it said I cannot find the requested resource. That's it. So let's go and see what is the problem. You know, in my environment, Kubernetes, we know Kubernetes running this pod in this worker node. And here I have some network interfaces in this worker node. One of them is this one, and another one is this. So this is my environment. Okay, as you can see, this is my laboratory, and I have a Kubelet service in my worker node. This Kubelet service is trying to access the API server in my master node. To have access to master node, this kubelet need to send requests through that interface, and because this API is listening on these interfaces, not in this interface. So let's go and see what's happening in my environment. As you can see here, this is my node. I have access through this interface to internet, and I use this interface for internal communication of Kubernetes cluster. If here we can see I have my master node and a worker node. And if I ask for wider information, you can see internal IP address is this IP address. And here I supposed to use this address, not this one. Same situation in my worker node. Here I'm using this address. So it's required to change these addresses to this address and tell the Kubelet service use this IP address for internal communication, not this one. And if I worker 72-0 JSON, let me show you the specific. You can see it's using this address and it's required to change internal interface, internal IP address for internal communication. To do this, it's required to let me change at first on my worker node. Here I can add this line. Before reloading systemd services, you can see here I have some pods in my environment in different namespaces. I have a Argo CD namespace, also a Jenkins namespace, and I have some pods, all of them running in worker 72. After reloading demand and Kubelet, you can see the IP address has been changed. Same situation for my master node. Let me see the I wanted to do the same configuration in both hosts, and if I now you can see IP addresses changed, and here we have pods our pods is running, and if I logs, I can have access to my Nginx pods. Also, I can have access to execute command inside my pods.